I have been working on Google Ads for 7 years and managed more than $100 million in spend. I'm Shri Kanase, I run Your Marketing, and in this video, I'm telling you everything you should know about Google Ads today and how you can scale your brand with the platform in the most profitable way possible. Just check some of these client results out. A fashion e-commerce brand within the United States running at an 8.3x ROI after $300,000 in total ad spend, or an automotive e-commerce brand spent $50K last 30 days, made back 9.27x ROI for a total of $467K in revenue. Or even on the other side of the world, a brand based in the United Kingdom spent almost 8,000 pounds, made back, if we change this to actual ROAS, and almost a 10x ROI. That's roughly 77,000 pounds in total revenue. Or even brands like this with a lower AOV, and arts and crafts e-commerce brand located within the United States, spending $25,000 to $30,000 and an upward incline, now at almost a 5x ROI. These businesses are nothing alike. Their products, audiences, and margins are completely different, yet they all scaled through the exact same system I use inside my agency. And I know that big numbers are everywhere on YouTube. I know most people are tired of hearing about 6-7 figure and cherry pick screenshots, which is why this video is not only about wins. I'm showing you what worked, what failed, what changed with Google over the years, and what the algorithm actually rewards in 2026. So let's begin. Now, if we go back a few years, Google was a completely different animal, because Google during that time, believe it or not, was extremely cheap, forgiving, and underused. And during that time initially, which is also when I first began using the platform back in 2017, 2018, being early mattered more than being strategic. In fact, it was so easy to grow that brands grew even with extremely messy accounts. And I'm actually talking about brands with completely random campaigns, scattered budgets, but they could still scale because Google was in such an early phase of its time, and Google really actually was just figuring out its own ad platform. So during that time, founders relied on Google as a simple add-on channel because, honestly speaking, Google did most of the heavy lifting. However, here's where things got interesting. The entire ecosystem changed. Cheap attention disappeared. Google became smarter, stricter, and far more profitable for the brands that understand how it works today. Looking back during this time, one of the major things I noticed was competition increased across all e-commerce categories. Doesn't matter what industry or niche you sell in at this point, there's a lot more competition than what used to be back in the day. And Google actually, in the use of its platform, Google started rewarding strong brands instead of just random advertisers, because the algorithm on its own, on a fundamental level, began prioritizing consistency and trust, which means as a whole, the Google Ads platform became a lot more consumer behavior driven, and the algorithm began prioritizing consistency and trust simply because it wanted to follow in the path of the consumers that were using its platform to begin with. And one of the main things I noticed from that point until to now is that consumer behavior actually became more intent driven, and brand clarity became more important than any random ad hack you could have ever done. And leading this onto the scaling side of things, scale actually shifted from just launching more stuff to aligning better, which is not something a lot of brand owners might have expected from Google. And honestly speaking, these changes pushed brands in one of two directions. Some collapsed, others scaled harder than ever. The main difference was how they actually adapted. And the beauty about the platform is those brands that actually ended up adapting are the ones thriving on Google. Because honestly speaking, this is coming from somebody who runs an agency with brands that work across multiple different ad platforms. Google is now the most stable and profitable ad platform, hands down. Because if you think about it, a platform like Meta Ads produces spikes, but Google produces consistency, and Google delivers high quality customers due to the high buying intent nature of the audience. There's very little guesswork with Google because you can directly go after somebody who wants to purchase your product, and that too right now. And brands with clarity and consistency get rewarded with predictable scaling the most when it comes to Google Ads, because right now, from what I'm seeing, Google is extremely selective. It only favors brands that, number one, look trustworthy, and number two, feel complete. And this is simply because the platform itself now behaves more like a profit partner versus a traffic machine. You can no longer look at Google Ads as this one-dimensional approach where you just launch a bunch of campaigns, put a bunch of products inside that campaign, and just hope and pray something works. Because now the brands that align their messaging and experience actually scale the fastest. This is why clients in completely different niches scale using the same system. And it doesn't matter what niche or industry the brand is in, a top-level framework which follows the TPS approach, which I always talk about within my YouTube videos, still applies to this day, because all winning brands essentially on a core level actually follow the same strategic foundation, even though on an individual campaign per campaign basis, things might look a lot different. And it's not necessarily any campaign strategy, nor is it any sorts of bells and whistles they do on the campaigns, but rather the clarity in who they serve and how they present the product, from the product feed to the landing page experience to everything in between, that actually makes the biggest difference. Because I'll be honest with you, the consistent brand experience across their entire customer journey is what drives their growth, not some random arbitrary campaign butts and clicks or ROAS or target CPA improvements. And I always say this, the brands that can actually get the algorithm on their side with a strong identity that Google can clearly categorize and test produces predictable scaling regardless of the niche your brand is in. Where it's the same framework but on a fashion brand versus an automotive e-commerce brand, or even a arts and crafts e-commerce brand with completely different AOVs, completely different demographics, yet it still works because of the identical principles of what Google wants from your brand as a whole. Because keep in mind, this is a core thing. Google rewards strategic alignments, not aggressive campaign tactics. But these wins did not happen with failures. Those failures shaped the system that we actually use today. And this is going back from my personal experience back in 2017, 2018, when I first launched my first e-commerce brand that was focused solely on Google Ads. During that time, what I used to believe on how Google worked, and even what I believed up to the recent few years, was early success was guaranteed long-term success with Google. As I slowly understood the platform better, what I came to realize is early success has little to no influence on the long-term success of an e-commerce brand. We have worked with brands where early in their creation, they were excelling, doing extremely well, scaling to aggressive levels, and then come midway, maybe 2 months down the line, 6 months down the line, things completely crashed, and that's where we went in to actually work on the scale. That early success had little to no influence on the brand itself. And this kind of ties into the next biggest fail I noticed and actually experienced back in the day as well as recently, which was assuming Google would correct path on its own and would correct messy brand positioning. What I came to realize is Google is only as smart as the team running the campaigns, as the team providing the brand imagery and everything in between. Because if you don't get the Google Ads algorithm on your side with the correct alignments from the ad copies that you do, from the product feed, product titles, images, Google slowly starts to go after the wrong audience. And if the course is not corrected, it does not just correct on its own. It keeps going in that direction until somebody comes in and puts a hard stop on it. But on a fundamental level, what I also realized from running business in general with Google Ads was growing faster than the customer experience could support, than the foundation could support, had a big detrimental impact on my overall scale, simply because this just led us down the wrong rabbit hole. And this made us focus more on arbitrary values like revenue versus the top line profitability, or even the branded versus non-branded ROAS. And before we could actually even deal with it, it was already too late. There was a lot of ad spend done on just the wrong types of audiences versus what we wanted to attract. But going back to the alignment side of things, just aligning the brand imagery and just the overall approach is not enough. You need to also be able to align the algorithmic updates and changes and react to them in a timely manner. I can tell you from personal experience that one of the biggest mistakes I made was misreading algorithm shifts and actually reacting to them too slowly. As a result, I ended up running way too many campaigns, way too many products, and even overall strategies longer than they should have been run, resulting in so much money wasted and so much ad spend wasted. And this was mainly because I was treating Google during that time like meta ads instead of understanding its intent. What I came to realize later on in the years of running Google Ads was Google is a completely different beast than Meta, than TikTok, than any other advertising platform that you may use, simply because Google is all about inputs and outputs on a keyword search basis. Doesn't matter if you run Performance Max, Campaign Standard Shopping, or search, or anything along those lines. And honestly, as I started to become more and more familiar with the platform, what I started to realize is that Google can often be misleading, leading to a lot of branded traffic sale, a lot of brand growth versus actual incremental growth from the cold traffic side of things. This is something I dealt with for the longest time ever, because what I used to believe in terms of scaling was as long as I scaled my budget, as long as I decreased the restrictions, scale would naturally be introduced. And as we rank for bigger and more keywords, the shift would go from branded more into non-branded traffic. But what I came to realize is as we start to scale more budget on the Google Ads side of things, and as we start to also scale more on Meta ads, TikTok ads, and anywhere in between, Google started attributing more and more of these branded traffic sales from these other channels onto the Google Ads platform itself, and it completely diluted the pathway which we were wanting to go after, which was more of a cold traffic approach. These failures became the foundation of my biggest lessons. But of course, these key findings made me understand the platform on a granular level, at a much better level, and also understand what Google really wants from me as an e-commerce brand owner or any of the other brands that I work with. And I'll be honest with you, Google is the strongest long-term profit engine for e-commerce, period. There's a lot of other channels out there that might lead a lot of more revenue, a lot of more aggressive scale, but at the end of the day, and this is coming from somebody that has tried literally every ad platform across tens and hundreds of different niches, Google still holds the #1 spot for the most profitable engine. And this is purely because Google prefers a consistent approach versus a complex approach. Consistency beats complexity any time of the day when it comes to Google. And what I realized was you could have the most clever marketing on this planet. You could do all these bells and whistles within your Performance Max campaigns, standard shopping, but if your brand has strong brand identity and in general from all sides and angles, it's a very powerful brand, it's going to beat that clever marketing that your competition does any time of the day. But all of these efforts that you should be doing at the end of the day should be done with one goal in mind: to introduce stability. Because from now running Google Ads for so long, what I came to realize is stability is what Google wants the most. It wants those consistent conversions coming through the door on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, because this stability creates more revenue than any sort of volatility. The moment you have a lot of those days where it's like a roller coaster, one day is high revenue, low ROAS, next day it's low ROAS, but high revenue, is the moment that you start to kind of dilute the algorithm's path and to make it go off on a completely random tangent, which you want to avoid at all costs. This is simply because Google rewards businesses that operate like real brands. The brands that simplify and align their strategy grow the fastest. And only when you do that will your profitability increase, because at that point, the platform understands you on a deep, granular level. But with that in mind, here is what you should do next. If your brand is already doing more than $50,000 a month and you know it can scale further with Google Ads, this is the moment to bring in people who do this every single day. Just scan the QR code or go to yourmarketing.com and book a completely free call with me where I will personally review your brand and show you the exact path to scale with Google. And if you're not quite there yet, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Leave a comment if you have any questions. I will see you in the next one.